LeBron James versus Drake.
Welcome to the NBA. I was right. Welcome to the NBA.
So.
Welcome to the NBA. Your boys here.
This nigga Kendrick moment now.
I told y'all. Boston is fine. I said even 6 if they had another shooting bad day. But I said it. I told them they was just better. And lo and behold, we found out they just better. Yes, Boston cemented themselves as the champions for the 2024 season.
Who them niggas on the third row? Like
it don't matter. We don't worry about them right now. We already know they went only 8 deep.
I think Charlie Villanueva's up there.
They won the title. They beat the Mavericks 4-1 in a pretty dominant fashion, more or less speaking. And we gotta celebrate. You gotta be happy. That now they are back as the franchise with the most championships in NBA history. But I'm gonna be fair. The internet, this is the trending topics when Boston won. The internet, we'll say, had a
Mouse
reaction, to this. I think it's better. We'll say mixed reaction to it because Boston is not one of the most beloved franchises in the NBA. They are probably among some of the most despised for an abundance of reasons. But but they are dominant. They are good, and they have come to show it. But I'm gonna ask the panel. First and foremost, I'm gonna give them a little bit to work with because this just happened to be a little post I happened to find.
The Sperm Center. That's what's going on.
Feeling like
violate yourself, man.
Season of all time since Boston won.
We're using them as a source.
Boring playoffs, quiet MVP race. All-Star weekend was dead. Tatum super team gets a ring. No big mid-season trades, and then Clay, went over 10. So the NBA is now all of a sudden
like over 10.
So somebody feels Boston wins now. All of a sudden the playoffs was garbage. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about the reigning champion. And nobody cares about the rise and fall of Michael Jordan, Anthony
Clank Thompson.
Nobody cares about the Lakers. Falling a little bit short early on. Nobody cares about no Durant, Steph Curry, or Braun in the playoffs past the second. Nobody cares about none of this now. When it was all hot topics, now of course it's garbage. So I got to talk to the amazing Kellerman, the Spider Cam himself. Please inform me. What did you think about the NBA playoffs?
I mean, it's pretty weak on the Eastern side because everybody was hurt. With Halliburton was hurt. Brunson broke his hand and one of those games, Josh Hart had like a million pieces of fucking elastic tape on his ribs. He couldn't rebound for shit. And Donovan Mitchell quit on his team, didn't want to play. I mean, who else? Giannis didn't play, Middleton didn't play, Dame got hurt. Like it was just a bunch of messes. It's like easy, clean sweeps. It's just like, hey, well, no top stars, you ain't gonna play. So, I mean,
we got Bell's palsy in one leg.
We just gonna coast and then shit with Embiid. There's no Jimmy Butler. Like it was just nasty in the East. So it's like we just gonna walk away to the finals. Other than that, on the West, there was no Bron, no Bron, no KD, no Steph. First time since 2004. We got that. Anthony Edwards, we thought he was Jordan's son, but he was Michael B. Jordan's son. At a certain point, Jokic, I honestly think he just doesn't want to play basketball. He just want to raise his horses. They're just paying him a lot of money. So I mean, it is what it is. SGA and the Thunder, they was a little too young, and they got rid of Josh Kiddey for Alex Caruso. That was weird, but somebody got to beat the allegations. It was just it wasn't a exciting playoffs. You know what I mean? Except for the Timberwolves stuff. Lakers was just being the Lakers, I guess. So it was nothing really to ride home about. So that's what we got. Maybe next year we might get something more extravagant, pending trades and stuff like that. So, but and then the other thing, Jason Tatum being the corniest nigga in the world,
let the man
taking everybody's lines from Kanye to Steph to KD.
Nigga did just steal everybody's line.
I'm glad he didn't recreate Kobe, but and then he was just salty when you can see the salt in his eyes when Jaylen Brown got the MVP. But hey, it is what it is. He had a nice shot with his son Deuce, hold him up. So I mean, yeah, shout out to Al Horford getting his ring. Shout out to Drew Holiday getting another ring. Shout out to him not having a white wife that the commentators thought he had. So yeah, that was the sum of the playoffs.
Well, we got one for the playoffs. It's not as bad, not the worst NBA season, but on the West there was a bunch of frauds, and on the East there was a bunch of injuries. Hollywood Sensei, what are your thoughts about this NBA playoff year?
I mean, I never thought I would utter this sentence a day in my life, but I mean, I might agree with Sperm Center here. No Diddy. I mean, like the playoffs was ass. I mean, until like, the conference finals maybe. I mean, like the most action you got was really from Minnesota and Denver, Minnesota and Dallas. The finals, of course, I was rooting for my team, but of course I'm gonna do that. That's my team, but they lost as they should have because they weren't as good as the team on the other side. So, they lost. Boston, am I gonna say they had a relatively easy run? I'm not that type of dude. I don't say that. Because you gotta play who's in front of you. Because then if they would have lost to them same niggas that was, injured or whatever the fuck, then you would be praising the team for for beating them. Whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. So I don't really care about that. Like, you gotta beat who's in front of you. Like, they did it. We can look back at a lot of championship runs in NBA history and poke holes in it and be like, you played this team when they didn't have this guy, and you played this team when they didn't have this guy. We could say that about quite a few teams, but I'm not about to be the dude that do that because I'm gonna sound bitter because my team lost. But I do agree. Like the playoffs was boring. The MVP race, it was Jokic, SGA, and Luka, but it was like, nobody really cared. Because you knew Jokic was going to win again, so nobody cared about it.
Well, after he got hurt, and before you did.
All-Star Weekend has been asked for like 5-10 years now. Nobody cares about All-Star Weekend.
Fault.
Only people only go to see the 3-point contest. That's it. Just center All-Star Weekend around the 3-point shootout, and you might be able to bring it back. But the dunk contest is cheeks because y'all always be getting some nigga that played for the Sioux Falls Sixers or something to be in the dunk contest. And, you don't get like what happened to the stars of the league, actually the best dunkers being in the dunk contest. Jason Tatum, super team. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was you look at it constructed. You got Porzingis, Drew Holiday,
dumbest trade ever.
Jaylen Brown. They was low-key a super team. They was literally the best team in the goddamn league. No big mid-season trades yet, and then Clay 0 for 10 in the elimination game. Clay just ass now. That's all it is. So he is. He just ass.
Clank Thompson.
He out there throwing up bricks like a construction worker. Like, he ass now. But yeah, the NBA this season was cheeks. Hopefully next year, oh yeah, I'm definitely sliding for the cookout. But yeah, this season was cheeks. Hopefully next year it'll be better because some people that was, you'll have Ja back next year. LaMelo Ball will be out there. The league will be. Some niggas that was hurt will be back. And it might look better. But yeah, this NBA season was ass.
Well, we have Zelmay before I come up at the end. What do you think of this NBA season? What about these playoffs? Was it the worst?
It was up there. It's hard to. I ain't gonna lie. The COVID season was kind of hard to watch because it was like watching basketball in an empty gym. You just hearing squeaking. You don't take it serious. Sometimes you felt like people wasn't playing hard. Then you got Jimmy Butler giving coffee out to Rachel Nichols out here trying to flirt. Actually, that might was a little more interesting just because he was trying to flirt. We're gonna see if he was gonna bag Rachel Nichols. That was entertaining, but the games wasn't entertaining. You didn't have the energy of the crowd. Players felt it. the Clippers try to get away from them. Hey, we don't want to be here. So I ain't never seen that. So that got to be probably the boringest playoff. But this was up there. Quiet MVP race. When Embiid got hurt, that kind of ruined it because Embiid was scoring more points than minutes he had. So that was crazy. But it was end up being just Jokic. And then we got a nice surprise on SGA. But it wasn't a good. All-Star weekend, like as Hollywood said, it's been dead for so long. People just start. Hopefully we can try to get Ant and John Morant to enter it, but they ain't because LeBron said he ain't, so they ain't gonna do it. Like, why I gotta do this if they ain't? They need to try. I need to try to figure out. We gotta have a show one day how they can bring it back and how to convince these people how to get back in it. Maybe up the prize pool or something. Jason Tatum's super team gets a ring. That was the dumbest trade I ever seen in my life. Milwaukee did. They didn't have to give up nothing to get Drew Holiday. They gave up nothing to get literally the player that helped Milwaukee win the championship. And then they got Porzingis. And I'm like, oh, so we just giving them away? I don't know if it's quite a super team.
Give it away.
But it's up there. I don't know. Most people consider super team 3 superstars, but they got 2. And then they got some really good all-stars. And then they got some veteran leadership in the bench. And Des White lost the 2, so he had to play. No big mid-season trades. True. I can't remember a trade because Dame trade was in early in the season. Then Doc Rivers got a job. You knew they were going to lose after that. As soon as Doc got a job, I knew Milwaukee was out of it. Dame and Giannis didn't even want to play. They just knew what it was do. Clay shot 0 for 10 elimination game is hilarious. And he still pretend like he did well. He still lying to us. That's the most amazing lie I've ever seen. I have never seen somebody convince themselves. They Clay like, yo, man, y'all pay me $20 million a year. I'm like, bro, you went like 1 for 40 in the playoff, and you owe with bad knees. We are not giving you $20 million.
Now he turn on Clay.
We just not giving him $20 million a year. He's not.
All right, let's talk about it. One, this is not the worst NBA.
Draymond stopped kicking people in the net too. That was a negative.
The Kobe year was literally 4 years ago. Let's not start cap like it was the worst in really long of the league. We're not even close when you got like 4 months you're missing basketball. So let's not even do that first and foremost. Second, now the playoffs, what I will say, matter of fact, when we start the year, when we look at the year, I think the first half of the year was really good. Like everybody was mostly healthy. You had Embiid on a tear. You had the in-season tournament popped off for the first time. Lakers dropping the banner. It was fun to watch it. First half of it. Like, so the first half of the season I think was really good. You was trying to see the Dame freak combination, all of that. And then I think around January, it's just everything just went all right. Zion got hurt. The Pelicans fell out of the top 3. The Bucks decided to fire their coach and get Doc Rivers. Tyrese Halliburton around All-Star break stopped being Tyrese Halliburton. So he went back, the fairy tale wore off and he went down. So the East relatively became stale. The West was still good, more or less, all things considered. You still had 3 teams vying for the top 3. Timberwolves popped out of nowhere. So I think it was fine. But just, as it went on, and then when the playoffs came here, more injuries just made it to where I will say Boston had, an easier time getting through the East. But, I mean, the teams that they went against were the teams they were going to beat more or less anyway. So I think it just fed it along by a game or 2, to be fair. But I'm not gonna act like it didn't have like just an easy. Like it was relatively easy, but it would have been that way more or less anyway. Now Porzingis being missing did throw a little monkey wrench in there, but it is what it is. The MVP race. What are we talking about here? Like you had a 3-man MVP race throughout the entirety of the year. How are we talking about a quiet one? Embiid had a tear, then he got hurt. Then he had Jokic and SGA popping up out of nowhere. Then he had Luka talk towards the end of the season. I don't know where this quiet MVP race came from. You literally had 3 to 5 people.
I'll be honest, Monte, SGA, nobody watch Oklahoma City.
Bro, they were the number 1 team. You have a choice.
And nobody, if you look at the rate, nobody watched them.
No, we can say nobody believed in them.
Nobody watched them. We didn't know how good he was playing.
It was absurd to say like it was quiet. No, it wasn't quiet.
We ain't watching Josh Giddey.
Now, the All-Star weekend, we wouldn't, but All-Star weekend, rest in peace. We knew what it was. So, I have that show discussion another day, but at least they have an All-Star weekend they can still show. The NFL, God bless you.
Niggas play mad. Niggas play mad.
Then when it comes to Jason Tatum, look, this is probably like the closest you can get to it not being a super team, but it's like probably the most well-rounded team we've seen recently. Like no weaknesses. Everything you could want on the team. You got stars. You don't really have like 3 superstars, though, but you have stars. You have everybody playing their role. You have bench. You have versatility. You have defense. Basically everything you can want in the team. So I ain't gonna act like that. Mid-season trades, oh well. Like we saw what happened last year when Kyrie did a big mid-season trade. That didn't go well. So we ain't gonna act like this was needed for the season to be worse. And so Clay, sorry, man.
Yeah, we did got some storyline though. Kyrie couldn't beat racism.
He couldn't beat racism.
That nigga struggled with racism though.
You know what I mean?
They caught him. He started struggling.
0 for 5 when he stepped on the Celtics man.
The ancestors are not with him right now for some reason.
But you know this is
no. He went. Hey, he in Boston Garden. We don't go there, dog.
This is not it. Let's be honest. This is not it because now that the season is over, you have free agency to look forward to. So it's real simple. I'm going to bring up a face on this card. You are going to tell me where does he need to go in this offseason. And we will start from the amazing Spider Cam. The amazing Spider Cam. Would you kindly tell me where does Jimmy Butler need to go this offseason? And no, he's not a free agent, but there are talks of him possibly just being traded. So
stay his ass in Miami.
Really?
That's it.
We have one for Butler not leaving. Hello, Sensei, do you agree?
Should Jimmy, before I start, Angelica, I did see the video. The deck looks amazing. I'm coming out there. I'm gonna sip some Henny on that deck. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? But should Jimmy Butler stay with the Heat? No. I've been said it already on the last show. Blow it up. You know what I mean? You got to the finals. You lost in the bubble, then you lost to Jokic. You know what I mean? What more do you want? What more? It's the same thing every year. You know what I mean? Jimmy Butler gets hurt. Bam Adebayo gets hurt. Tyler Hero gets hurt. You know what I mean? Trade that nigga.
Well, we got a trade. You said where does he need to go?
Where? Jimmy. Yo, listen, Jimmy, I got an idea for you, right? Because you like all that, cowboy music and shit and all that. I mean, it's a nice little town out, nice little city out in Texas. I mean, by the name of Dallas. I mean, just slide out there, I mean, just become a Maverick. You know what I mean?
So you trying to get rid? So you trying to keep Kyrie and put him there? Yeah, it ain't no ball.
Get Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
It ain't no ball left for all this, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, but let's try again. Zelmay, where does Jimmy need to go, or what does he need to do?
Listen, shout out to my guy Jimmy Butler. Cam, by the way, I do have to address this because I want your answer. Apparently you've been disinvited from the cookout because of your Kendrick takes. So I don't know where your free agency gonna lie.
Just save me a plate. That's all.
You and Game can go to the Hispanic community. They upset they ain't invited to Juneteenth either. But
if they had a good look at there, then I won't be grumpy. See how that fixes everything?
But where should Jimmy go? I had an idea, but I saw something that we're gonna bring up later on. But Jimmy Butler, you know what team I think Jimmy should go to? It'd be interesting. San Antonio, let's go.
You want everybody to go to San Antonio?
Hey, women need help.
You just want everybody.
This team ass. It's women, nobody else.
Well, we want everybody. We're gonna start from the bottom with this next one. We mentioned him already. Klay Thompson. Where does the man who went 0-10?
Oh, can I start?
Yep, it's your start.
Shanghai Sharks. They need a 3-point shooter right now. Dwight Howard want him.
Not even in the league anymore.
Dwight Howard want him, bro. Dwight Howard want that man over there. Or he just stay on, or he can stay take the veteran minimum from Golden State. One of the two.
Said San Antonio goes. No, the Shanghai Sharks are going.
We don't want him over here. No, don't come over here.
Hallelujah, Sensei. Where does Klay need to go?
Klay about to be playing for the Guangdong Tigers next season.
Oh no!
I mean, that's where he about to be at. No, but from what I've been seeing and hearing, Klay, kind of cool. He fucks with Paolo Banchero. You know what I mean? And Orlando got a lot of money this summer. So, you know what I mean? From what I've seen and read, he might be playing for the Orlando Magic next year. So, you know what I mean? You know, I'm just say Orlando from my speculation.
There's some wild places y'all saying. Amazing Spider Kellerman, what you got for me? Where he going?
Fade on the line, Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Clay's gonna stay. Just take less money. That's all I think that's his only option. Just stay with the team. Yeah, I mean, unless that or just go to the big three. That's all I can really do.
Victor play for Ice Cube.
We will
Play
see.
for Ice Cube.
He can stay in his house too. They play in LA.
Amazing Spider Cam, the next one goes to you. We have the Beard, James Harden, another free agent. Where should the Beard go next on his tour across the NBA world?
He gonna go where the money's there. That Clippers shit ain't riding no more. Where could he go? I don't know. I mean, he's pretty much X'd out everywhere else because
Been everywhere else and pissed them all off.
I don't know. But hey, I heard they making an expansion team in for Vegas and Seattle. So
What little baby live
in?
at right now? He gotta go wherever little baby live. There we go.
Oh, so he's back to Houston. As long as Daryl Morey ain't there, he's good to go.
Put that
nigga back on Houston. Make that nigga play with
motherfucking. And he gonna put him up.
He could play with zesty ass Jalen Green and all of them. He could play with Dylan Brooks. Can you imagine that? Dylan Brooks, James Harden, zesty ass humping Josh Christopher Green. I figured that's a squad for him. And they got Fred VanVleet down there. Put his ass in Houston.
Houston went on a run at the end of the year, though. Shout out to Houston.
Well, we got one for going back to Houston to possibly finish it all. Hello, Sensei. Where the Beard going?
For me, to be honest, to whatever team that is going to allow him to request a trade immediately once he gets there, because you know that's what he's going to do. You know what I mean? So whatever team that is cool with saying, you know what, you could play here for a few months, and then when we know you're going to request a trade because you're going to be unhappy. You know what I mean? So whatever team lets him do that. But in a realistic, real answer, I really don't know, because like James Harden, to me, he's obsolete now. He's not. I mean, he went from MVP, niggas talking about he might be the best player in the NBA, to now he's just another dude. He's just, I mean, he's really a glorified role player at this point in his career. So whatever team needs a glorified role player, that's where he'll go.
Now he turned on step back three.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know, send him to the Knicks or something. You know what I mean? So
oh no, you're not gonna take away from Jalen Brown.
Fuck the Knicks.
Send him to the Knicks. Help the Sixers out. Send him to the Knicks. You know what I mean?
Finally, the Amazing Spider Kellerman. Where's the Beard going? No. Zell,
man.
I went the opposite way. Where is he going?
Where is he going? Where is the Beard going? Like I said, wherever little baby is, you gotta go back to wherever little baby is. You gotta hang out with his boy. You know what I'm saying? They have what I'm saying. They just be chilling. You know what I mean? They be
some days.
I'm saying he don't even go to the club no. He just hang out with little baby. I'm just saying. John Morant trying to steal little baby, so you got to make sure you close. You know what I mean?
And go to the Grizzlies. Don't do that.
John Morant was trying to. John Morant was trying to steal little baby. He got to get closer. He too far away. Houston way closer to Memphis. So you know what I'm saying? Little baby little baby just go out there to Memphis and hang out with John. He can't have that. He got to get back. So somewhere in Texas. Got to be. Not San Antonio. We don't want you here.
So y'all want this man to go back to Houston. Well, fine then. Let's go to a nice, hard-working young brother. Then we have DeMar DeRozan. Zell May, where is DeMar going?
Get rid of Giddy and put DeMar DeRozan on OKC. Let's go. Make it work. Let's get a veteran on that young team. No, I think he should go OKC.
DeMar DeRozan, at this point, I feel like he need to be on a team that's on the cusp of a championship. Like, I mean, he could be like a piece for a young contending team like a OKC. You know what I mean? Because they tried that with Gordon Hayward, but he's ass. You know what I mean? So, maybe DeRozan could be that dude for them. But honestly, I would like to see him. And I know it probably won't happen, but I wouldn't mind seeing him in a Sixers jersey. I mean, I feel like he would be a perfect third option with Embiid and Maxey. Like, well, a hell of an upgrade from nut-ass Tobias Harris. You know what I mean? So,
Yo, everybody argued with me about Tobias versus Bradley Beal, and then y'all watched them play in that game when he just sat in the corner and didn't move. And everybody was like, "Oh, we agree now." Tobias,
Bradley Beal.
But sorry, from what I just read on ESPN and Twitter, the damn Mavericks are going to be looking at Tobias Harris in free agency. So
go get that.
Yeah, but
they need that size. They need the extra size.
They need somebody sitting in the corner good. That way,
if I'm DeRozan, though,
he don't move.
I would probably try to go back home. You know what I mean? Not with the Lakers, though. Not with LA. You know what I mean?
Oh,
if they lose Paul George, you might as well sign with the Clippers. You can slide right in. Pause.
Well, that's one. And then we do have the amazing Spider Kellerman. Where does DeRozan need to go?
Yeah, Clippers. Because Sixers want Paul George allegedly.
Embiid.
I mean,
Embiid is tampering. Listen, Paul George way better than Tobias. Embiid out here tampering and shit.
I don't know why the Sixers want him. Go ahead.
I would say this. I would say that, or I would say like maybe the Pelicans.
Pelicans wouldn't be bad, especially if they lose Ingram in free agency. Pelicans wouldn't be a bad thought. I really think DeRozan just needs to go ahead and go to Philly. Just go straight to Philly. They need that slot. They need somebody that's going to rise in the playoffs, not Paul George, who is known as Pandemic P in the playoffs at times.
Pandemic P.
Get this man for cheap, because DeRozan, you can probably get him for less than you will get Paul George for. Get this man for cheap. He plays through the season, plays in the playoffs. You
gotta start again. This channel is known to have a beef with Paul George because he called me a bit one time. So I called it a year. I was hating on him for a whole year. Now we good now. And Monte done started this up again. Look at this.
Well, let's start.
He called me a bit, bro. That nigga pissed me off.
Mr. Clipper himself.
We good now.
Jizzle. Playoff.
Now you turn on Pandemic P.
Where does Paul George go? Spider Kellerman, it's up to you.
Waldo P to Philly.
Oh, well, I don't know. Oh my gosh. He think he going to Philly. I think that's a mistake. But
Waldo P to Philly.
We got one to Philly. Sensei of the Blurred. Where are they doing with Paul George?
Paul George. George Paul. As Skip Bayless once called him, George Paul. Where should Paul George go? You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest. Paul George, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, it may work. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I mean,
Paul George to the Knicks. I think that could work.
It's not a bad idea if you because they lose OG, but get Paul George. I mean, if George can stay healthy, he plays defense on the wing. That's nice. Not a bad idea, actually. It's not bad. I'm just worried about George actually being healthy in the playoffs. But if he's healthy, just hopefully Thibodeau don't run him into the ground. But that's not
right.
That's not a bad option. Zell
what
May,
is it? The braids?
I don't know. Zell May, what to do? Where is George joining y'all?
Listen. Paul George. If you can't beat him, join him. If you don't know what that means, the Clippers getting their ass whooped by Dallas continually. Go join Dallas.
Oh. Oh boy, can you imagine that lineup? You'll have Luka at the 1, Kyrie at the 2, Paul George at the 3. And I don't know what would happen with that crew. That would be hilarious. But I don't really know that. I don't think they have enough cap room for a max contract that he's gonna be wanting. That's crazy. But
this guy cap besides Luka, what's name in the salary cap going up by like $10 million this year.
Let's get to another questionable name. Lonzo Bizal. himself, if he's eligible to play, of course, but he is a free agency possibly. Zelmay, where does the point guard need to go?
Off the hour. I mean, the Lakers.
Back
I
to
would,
LA.
Lonzo
like.
Beasley.
I think he'll be cheap. The Lakers can use him. They need a defender. He's a better defender than D'Angelo Russell. Good passer. Hopefully, he's been working on his shot. If not, got to find shooters to surround him. And it's gonna be another free agent that's gonna be gone. But so you got to start to rebuild and get ready to try. So you got to try to get the Wemby sweepstakes. So you need a lot of players that maybe fit Wemby style. So.
I actually like him on San Antonio. If he could play, it makes sense.
I would love him in San Antonio too, but I think he'll probably end up wanting to go back to the Lakers because even though I would say San Antonio too, if you can't get Chris Paul, you get Lonzo Ball. So
no,
like I said, he fits Wemby's play style. So I think he'd be great for. That's why I think the Lakers want him too, because we all know the Lakers going after Wemby in 3 years, and so hopefully San Antonio can keep getting players enough that
Is
he
it the
wants.
Braids?
Is it the Braves?
When we know more. Okay.
What destination you got for the Lonzo Bizarre?
Lonzo Beasley, shout out to LeVar Ball. You know what I mean? My old head. You know what I mean? Shout out to LeVar Ball. That's my nigga. But, you know what I mean? Lonzo, I'm going to keep it a buck. For me, if I'm a GM, I mean, how, you know, because I be on my 2K, you know, I be on that my league, that my GM and shit. I be winning them championships. But if it's me, if I'm Milwaukee, I mean, I'm gonna holler at Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know,
Don't let Doc.
he kind of give us a little bit of what we lost with Drew Holiday. He can rebound, he can pass, he can defend. You know what I mean? And he can shoot. You know what I mean? Lonzo has improved his shot tremendously. You know what I mean? If he can stay healthy, I feel like, you know, you put him in Milwaukee, you know what I mean? You can move Dame to the off guard. He don't gotta be the point guard. You can let Lonzo run the offense. You know what I mean?
Lonzo
Then,
can hold twos too, so they'll be on defense.
Him at the 1, Dame at the 2.
And then they can switch on defense because Lonzo a tall guard.
Maybe Middleton at 3.
if I'm Milwaukee, get rid of Middleton this offseason. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. It's
Not Middleton.
get that nigga out of there. Like, go. He is like Chris Middleton is, you know, the Tobias Harris of Kevin Durant's. That's what he is.
Oh my God. What?
That's who Chris Middleton is. You got to get Chris Middleton out of there. But yeah, if I would like to see Lonzo with Milwaukee. I think that would be a good fit.
Well, we have one for the Milwaukee, and then we have the amazing Spider Kellerman. Where does LBZ needs to go?
I think Milwaukee would be a good fit for him. Also, just Middleton ain't it. just
Now Chris Middleton.
What you mean? The playoffs was riding on him at one point in time. He's just like, nah, I'm hurt. I'm out of here. It ain't it. And don't lead it. Don't lead the playoffs all the way on Dame. So that's an issue. Or just stay on the Bulls, ride it out. Because the Bulls look like they in revamp mode anyway. So I mean,
I don't know what the Bulls are on. I'm not even gonna hold you.
They just a team. Or whatever may happen with the Cavs, put Lonzo with the Cavs.
And get rid of Garland? Well, that's if they keep Mitchell.
Hey, you know Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is like, this your team now, bro.
I said that is like, it depends on who leaves. I mean, in my opinion, like I said earlier, I would love him on San Antonio.
Spider's out of there. He's like, this your team now, bro.
I think him on San Antonio will go wonderful. You know, Pop is like one of the best coaches to be able to help, you know, with load management if it was needed. You know, he is one of the originators of this. I think he will go well with their system. I think he will help out tremendously. I think he'll help develop his game and wouldn't be so much pressure on him to have to compete and do a lot when you first come back on this year. I think I really do. I like him there. Plus, they need a point guard to help develop Wemby. You know, somebody that ain't going to take the ball away like Trae Young or something like that. But, you know, we ain't talking about Trae Young because, you know, the last free agent I have, you know, we couldn't do it without having the man himself. Goat James, you know, as Shannon Sharp says, he is a free agent, or will be at least. Where do you think LeBron is going, Spider Kellerman?
What you mean? The puppet got hired as the coach, so you gonna stay with the puppet, J.J. Redick.
That still blows my mind that they went from Darvin Ham, who at least had some experience doing something, to a complete.
Hey, he gonna ride the Lakers. They gonna find a way to squander something to get Bronny, and then JJ's gonna be.
That man might not make it to 2.
JJ Redick gonna be writing up LeBron James plays and trying to teach people how to do what they talk about on the podcast. So
they gotta keep the podcast up. I want them to get their what they had to talk about.
You know what was funny? I realized somebody said on one of these like sports analyst shows, it was like, JJ Redick literally was playing in the league. I think it was like 4 years ago. So they like the same people that he's gonna be having to coach over can honestly remember crossing him up literally a few years ago. I don't know how they're gonna be able to find this kind of cohesion and respect. You know what happened to Steve Nash? The player coach, that didn't go well, but you do have Jason Kidd.
Well, if LeBron tell him to get their ass out there and do it,
player coach, they can be.
This your boy? Yeah, that's my boy. All right, Brian, you got it.
Hollywood Sensei, where is the Bronny combo going?
Bronny and Bron.
The combo.
I told y'all before in the last show that the only way to fix the Phoenix Suns is to draft Bronny so you can sign LeBron. You know what I mean? That's the only way you fix Phoenix. You know what I mean? But because they just hired his mans that he do a podcast with, you already know that he's re-signing with the Lakers.
He was crip walking to LA. You can't go from crip walking to moving.
We know he's re-signing with the Lakers, so it ain't even no point for any news outlets or media to be trying to speculate where LeBron is going because we already know he's staying in LA. So,
is he staying in LA?
Monte, share the screen. I got it. There we go. Right here. Who is that? Is that LeBron James with the Philadelphia 76ers owner at a meeting tampering going on? Is that him just last week meeting with the 76ers?
Why are we sniping these 4K picks?
Listen. We got it now. So that is LeBron James meeting with the 76ers, and I promise you, if they didn't hire JJ Redick, he would have went, but they hired his boy, so he go. They would have hired.
We got him.
But right now, dog, that is a very obvious picture of where he was going.
Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss was like, "What's it gonna take?"
By the way,
JJ Redick.
Yeah, I remember they were talking about they were gonna hire some other coach, and then this picture come out last week, and then all of a sudden that coach said, "I ain't getting hired no more." I'm just saying, LeBron playing power moves. Cam, am I lying? Cam, this picture come out right when they talking about hiring the other coach. Then all of a sudden he said he ain't take the job. I was re-signed with Connecticut. Okay, all of a sudden after this picture come out, you re-signed with Connecticut.
Don't you find that suspicious?
What I'm saying, you find that suspicious? LeBron making power moves. Like, oh, y'all want to hire
Bunny James.
Y'all want to hire someone else? Don't worry, I'll meet with the 76ers and have a meeting. Talking about a business meeting for my business.
I really think he should go to Philly. And this is me as a Boston fan. I don't want him as a Boston fan to go to Philly. I'd be afraid of taking the team. I'm just saying.
But come back and terrorize y'all again?
It makes so much sense for him to go to Philly over LA. I'm like, look, they got to make moves. Philly, all you got to do is just go. And they ready. Like, that team would be set. I'm just saying. Really,
I don't know.
Really,
Bron making power moves.
Do y'all really want to see Bron in the trenches with Philly niggas with the safety mask on and everything?
I want to say that nigga was crip walking with the LA niggas. He's that.
I'm just